Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Mindful Reality, the channel that covers reality TV from a mental health perspective. How y'all doing? This is going to be a quick one. Just want to shout out everyone who subscribes, follows this channel for any length of time, whether it's from the beginning, I think 2023 for this channel, but I think it was 2022 when I first started doing a reality TV channel. A lot of channels that I know, or a lot of channels that I have seen, anyways, I've seen a lot of reality TV channels shutting down. That's obviously not all the channels. Some of them are still up. And I was thinking back to myself of a time period when I was about to shut down my channel more than once. One was just for reasons of views and stuff like that. Another one was like soul searching, because as y'all know, I think it was in the off season, right after season 24 had ended. Not right after, but like 6 months, 6 months after season 24 of Big Brother ended, which was the first season I had ever covered Big Brother online, was when my dad passed. So I was like, there's a time period between April and when it started in August, I think. Hi, Vicky. That I was choosing whether I was going to do this again or not. And then I said, I want to do one more season. So season 25 was going to be my final season. I completed season 25, and then I decided to do season 26, and I haven't had the same requirements now as I used to. I'm still not going to sit here and be like, I'm going to be on this online platform forever, because like I said, it's still not something in all this time that I can say sustains me or profits me really in any type of a way in terms of just financially, which is, the reason why most people actually, I feel like that's the reason why most people stop with their pages, because if they reach a point where they're like, the page is not really generating me the income I need to make it worth the time, I'm going to leave. And I have come to that point a few times. But the reason why I'm still on here is because I just find purpose in the connections that I make with people. There could be days when I just get on here and I'm just rambling. I'm like, hey, such and such happened to me when I was 22 or 24. This is how I grew up. This is what my upbringing is like. This is something that I've overcome. Hi, Kelly. And then somebody will be like, I needed to hear that message today. And I'm like, I guess I needed to say that message today, because I didn't plan to come on here and deliver the message, but somebody was here on some spontaneous thought that I had, and it benefited them in some unexpected way, when really this is just kind of my video diary, if you will. That's one way to put it. Hi, Ma. So the reason I continue on with this is because right now I don't see a therapist. I haven't in 5 years. More than 5 years. Probably 5.5, maybe closer to 6 years since I last saw a therapist. And I get the things out of here. I know some people who are into science are gonna be like, or biology will say, that's not where your heart is. Whichever part of here my heart is in, there's a lot of things that get stored up in here, and sometimes the only place that I vent is here. And you would probably think, well, why would you pick venting on the internet? You know what? Believe it or not, I feel like it's essentially the same thing as the reason why some people have an easier time venting to a therapist than they do to a family member or a friend. Y'all don't know me like that. Y'all don't know my life. What I mean by that is like when I talk about a family member, when I talk about a coworker, when I talk about Joe Schmo, when I talk about um, a historical event, or a falling out that I had with somebody. There's nobody. I mean, it's a possibility that somebody randomly pops up here and just knows whatever or whoever it is I'm talking about. It is some kind of a possibility, right? But it's a small possibility, so I'm essentially able to talk a lot more freely than I would to people who are connected to those people, places, and things. So I can get on here and be like, screw this person, even though I'm still kind of careful. I am still a little bit careful because I do have a few instances of a few real life off of the internet friends and family members that did find me out of random on my page and do watch my page. But those people are not people that I'm mad at knowing, anything that I say on my page, because those are not the ones that I be talking about anyways. And the other ones, I'm like, if they did happen to find it, it's not like we're actively friends now. Hi, Milfman. I can't do much, but I'm always willing to help if needed. If it helps to get it out, then do it. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I remember you now, Daniel. Thanks for coming back. Plans for New Year's Eve? Yep, I plan to stay myself in my house, like always, like every New Year's Eve. I shouldn't say every New Year's Eve. There was a time in my life where New Year's Eve I'd be going out to some New Year's party and ringing in the New Year at some New Year's party. Like there were years like that, but not in recent years. And it's cold on top of that. I will be right in my home. But stay safe to everyone out there who does have New Year's plans, who is going out. It's no longer a requirement in my life to first spend in the freezing. That's a bunch of nut jobs. Yeah, about the same. About the same. Where it's safe from the not so safe people. Well, you know where it's safe from the not so safe people? My house. My house is a safe place, as far as I know, until something changes. My sister and my dad went to Times Square once, and their experience, it did not sound like something I really envied. I was like, that's what it's like. They described it being really crowded on the train, and then because you have to get there like the day before if you want to get a spot that's actually close to the ball. So they said that they were way, way, way back in the crowd because they went the day of. And people who want to get a good view don't do that. What I would do though is I've heard of some people getting hotels close to the bar. I mean, close to the ball, and looking out the window. That might be a cool thing. Or it could make me feel trapped, like I was gonna die. So I don't know if it would be as cool as I'm saying. But who knows? Who knows? I've never been to Times Square. 4th of July. Yeah, there's gonna be people going there for 4th of July for the 250th anniversary of America, something like that. Oh, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, all those things. There's 2 likes here. At one point there was 19 people and there's 2 likes. Come on, man, likes are free. I can only imagine what those hotel rooms charge. Did you like? Did I miss anything? No, I did not. If apartments are like 5K, 500 a night. Well, it depends. Probably if you are getting something right on 42nd Street, which I would not recommend. I know a friend who stayed here, and I told them, I'm like, when you get here, I would recommend that you get a hotel in Queens, or even if it's not Queens, like we have such a accessible transportation system that you do not need to get a hotel on 42nd Street. Oh no, they wanted to go. They went to Margaritaville. It's like a chain hotel. The cost of that hotel, I think, was like four something a night. I don't remember if it was on 42nd Street. I think it was on 42nd Street. And it's not like the hotel is nice. The hotel is terrible. The food is terrible. The room is tiny. The rooms are tiny. For that kind of a price, goodness. Okay, Pinoy Minoy. That was a crazy comment. It's rare that someone puts a comment that goes through that I can't that I'm unable to actually read the comment out loud, because reading it would get me in trouble. So you accomplished something there, I guess. What you're trying to accomplish, making yourself look like a weirdo, I guess that was the goal. You, my friend, have succeeded. How's that thing going, Avatar? Oh shoot, I can't remember his name. Prince Zuko's uncle. Wisdom has always been chasing you, but you have always been much faster. I've always wanted to say that to somebody. Wisdom has always Wisdom has always been chasing you, but you have always been much faster. I like clever ways to insult people. That's why when people get on here and say stupid things to me, I'm like, it's not that I'm not mad about you saying that. It's that it's not clever. Remember, I grew up in the 90s. In the 90s, on the playground, it was kill or be killed. Glad they were brave enough to admit their kinks. I think Milfman's name gave them some bravery. They're like, if he can be here, I can be here. All right, y'all. I am jumping off this thing, but thanks for joining me. And like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more fantastic content.